British author China Miéville's Perdido Street Station, 2000, is a genre-blending novel of weird fiction and fantasy, marking the first installment of a trilogy set in the imaginative world of Boslag. Weird fiction often combines supernatural horror, such as ghosts, the dread of a mysterious other, and immensely powerful unknowable forces, with elements of magic, science fiction, and other speculative tropes. In Perdido Street Station, this approach results in a world brimming with dark, otherworldly horrors, arcane magic, and a unique brand of steampunk technology, all interwoven into a plot about a rogue scientist's desperate attempt to eliminate a horde of monstrously powerful creatures accidentally set loose. Critics have largely praised the novel for its meticulous and vividly described setting. The story unfolds in the sprawling city-state of New Crobuzon, a grimy, industrial metropolis reminiscent of an exaggerated Industrial Revolution city. This urban nightmare sprawls between the banks of two rivers so polluted and tainted that their water is poisonous. At the heart of the city stands Perdido Street Station, constructed from the colossal ribcage of a dead beast. New Crobuzon's population is a bewildering assortment of humans, mutants, and bizarre human-animal hybrids, all coexisting in a fragile and often hostile balance. The mutants, known as renegades, are criminals who have been grotesquely altered as punishment for their crimes. Political power in the city rests with the corrupt Mayor Bentham Rudjutter and his brutal militia, while crime lords like Mr. Motley exert control over the underworld. The protagonist, Isaac Dan der Grimnebulin, is a renegade scientist obsessed with researching crisis theory, a field that mainstream scientists ridicule. His ambition is to harness crisis energy, a force he believes could unlock the creation of a perpetual motion machine. Isaac's lover, Lynn, is a Khepri, an artist with a human body and a scarab beetle's head. Their interspecies relationship is kept secret due to widespread societal prejudice. Meanwhile, Lynn has accepted a dangerous commission from Mr. Motley to sculpt his portrait. Around the same time, Isaac is approached by Yagarek, a Garuda, a creature with the body of a human, the head of a bird, and once mighty wings that have been severed as punishment for an undisclosed crime. Desperate to fly again, Yagarek offers Isaac substantial funding to build him prosthetic wings. Motivated by the financial support, Isaac agrees and begins to suspect that crisis energy might hold the solution to restoring flight. To advance his research, he gathers various flying creatures, hoping to study their wings for inspiration. However, his experiments inadvertently set off a catastrophic chain of events, unleashing unstoppable monsters upon the city. Isaac's quest for unusual flying creatures leads him to Lemuel Pigeon, a black market dealer who supplies him with a large, mostly dormant caterpillar stolen from a government lab. Through trial and error, Isaac discovers that the caterpillar's food source is a hallucinogenic drug. After feeding on the drug, the caterpillar pupates and transforms into a monstrous, flying creature known as a slake-moth. These terrifying creatures possess immense power and an insatiable hunger, feeding on thoughts and dreams by paralyzing their victims and draining their minds dry. Disaster strikes when the slake-moth consumes the mind of another scientist in Isaac's lab and escapes. Its first destination is Mr. Motley's estate, where the mob boss has been keeping 4 additional slake-moths captive, harvesting their excretions for his drug operation. The escaped slake-moth frees the others, and the unleashed horrors take flight into the city. Enraged, Mr. Motley learns of Lynn's association with Isaac and takes her hostage, demanding Isaac capture the moths and return them to him. Meanwhile, Isaac, Lemuel, and Yagarek set out to track down the slake-moths. Their group soon grows to include Durkan Blueday, an underground journalist who uncovers a disturbing truth. Mr. Motley acquired his slake-moths from the government itself. As the slake-moths terrorize New Crobuzon, the mayor's militia, unable to contain the creatures, instead focuses on suppressing information about their existence. Simultaneously, various criminal gangs and rebellious factions seize the opportunity to challenge the mayor's grip on power. Desperate to stop the slake-moths, the corrupt Mayor Rudjutter attempts to forge alliances with demons and the Weaver, an enigmatic, spider-like, interdimensional being driven by chaotic dream logic. The demons refuse to intervene, but the unpredictable Weaver chooses to aid Isaac's team. During his quest, Isaac encounters the Construct Council, a a hyperlogical, sentient AI formed from a network of interlinked cleaning robots, originally designed to clear garbage dumps. Recognizing that the Construct Council and the Weaver represent opposing ends of the thought spectrum, one pure logic, the other pure chaos, Isaac devises a plan. Using his newly developed crisis engine, he manipulates both entities to overload the slake-moth's ability to detect prey. The trap nearly succeeds, resulting in the deaths of 4 slake-moths. However, one survives and returns to Mr. Motley's estate. There, Isaac discovers a brutally tortured Lynn, her mind already partially devoured by the remaining slake-moth. As Isaac escapes with a barely conscious Lynn and the loyal Yagharek, Mr. Motley's goons manage to kill the final moth. Back at the lab, Isaac realizes that Lynn will never fully recover. In a moment of tragic revelation, Yagharek confesses the crime that led to his wings being severed, the rape of another Garuda. Repulsed, Isaac refuses to continue his efforts to build Yagharek's wings. The novel concludes with Yagharek coming to terms with his fate, accepting his flightless existence. Perdido Street Station received widespread acclaim upon its release, winning prestigious awards including the Nebula Award, the Hugo Award, and the Arthur C. Clarke Award. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.